I've been told. I kind of tuned in a little bit after work, but I'm excited to see some sword on sword action. So, let's get this train running.
Absolutely. In a train, it will be. Both these players are very, they're very not defensive, I'll say, because Forza as a player is patient, but he's also an edge guarder. Already gotten the good 32, but Aarow, a very aggressive style, as you can see, opening up with back throw, jump read, down air, and then jump read, back air as well, compared to Forza, who is a more calculated, patient, reactive player. Still makes it work as well on Wi-Fi. Very solid stuff from him. So neither of these players are going to be holding back too much, we'll say. So it'll be an exciting one here.
Oh, I agree. I've seen Forza play a bunch of times in Peak Tournaments as well. And let me just say, this dude does a lot of stuff with Shulk that I have never seen any other Shulks do. He knows the character well, and he definitely likes to use Shulk's advantages, to his advantage as well. I mean, you see him going off stage with a really big forward air, and that's able to net a stock for him.
Such a good forward air, man. Forza, the master of edge guards, but Aarow, the master of conversions, almost getting that up B into the down air. However, getting the jump read back air, he saw it early game. We called out, he was going for a few of those and finally netting one. Not quite getting the kill off of it. Forza now in the advantage states, trying to get this edge guard here. Not quite getting the edge guard, but getting a pretty decent lead. Only 20%. But you're only at 80, and you're Shulk. And Shulk has shield art, which means Shulk can live. And he also has jump art, which means he can't get edge guarded super well. So,
Right. Yeah. And another thing though you got to consider is that it is a Byleth, and it is a pretty good one at that, considering, we seeded Aarow super high this tournament. But to be honest with you, if Fuerza isn't ready to, suck up one of those big hits, like let's just say Aarow throws out a random back air and Fuerza's not ready to shield it, that's a stock, baby.
Definitely. Well, we've seen the random back airs from Aarow so far, but they haven't connected. That up B will connect. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Byleth up B. Yeah. You guys know what does that. That's going to be the stock now, but despite that, Aarow down by quite a bit. Already 85% on his stock compared to only a 23 on Forza. The runoff forward air not quite connecting there now. Aarow with more chances to keep this stock, but he needs to equal this damage out quickly, especially against Forza.
Yeah, especially against Forza. He's taking a bit of a beating right now, but I think that uppy that we saw a little bit ago sent a message, because Fuerza hasn't been going off stage as often, because he's afraid of getting sucked up by that. I'm afraid to go off stage against Byleth as well, so I can kind of understand where he's coming from. But considering he's a character who likes to go off stage and use that big forward air to his advantage, and it's Fuerza who really likes to do that in general, and the fact that he's opting for ledge trapping is really gonna, I think, be a good thing for Aarow as the set continues.
I definitely agree with you there. Byleth is a very easy character to edge guard, so not getting edge guard is pretty damn big, especially when Forza, like you said, his edge guarding is better, but he's still no stranger to those ledge traps. He's also no stranger to keeping this lead, and that's what we've seen basically the entire pace of this match. He's just done a very consistent and good job of holding these stocks and of just kind of not allowing Aarow the opportunities, not dedicating to anything, reacting, doing his patient style. And I mean, at a certain point, how do you beat him, right? He's showing you can't.
I gotta say about Forza, he is an incredibly patient player, but you wouldn't tell it by looking at him. I mean, he's always applying pressure whenever he can. The catch on that jump read with the back air. But the thing is,
like you said.
like as I was saying, the thing about Fuerza that makes him so potent is the fact that he really knows how to, when to go in, but even when he's not going in, he makes the opponent afraid that he will go in, and that is something that can't be taught. That is something that you learn over years of practice. So good stuff from Fuerza to kind of have that style going for him.
And that style, like you said, pays him dividends. And there it is. That's going to be the F smash out of shield on the rapid jab. FuerzaDON taking game one. And credit to Aarow. While we were talking about, FuerzaDON, very patient style. He's learned to adapt it. It's done very well with it. He was making a comeback. Already, he was down by about maybe 80%. I don't know. That's a rough estimate. But he was down by 80% and still brought that game relatively close to a last hit situation. So, I mean, in general, even though, he ended up losing, you got to be feel a little bit good about it in the end, showing that you can have those bursts of momentum, you can have those moments when you can excel really well, and it's just excuse me, of channeling it. Plus,
Right.
Smashville is a very good stage for FuerzaDON, as we've seen through
Yeah.
many of these tournaments.
And another thing I kind of want to talk about is like this particular matchup. So Byleth is a character who, she's a distance demon, and
Yeah.
in this case, he's a distance demon. But Byleth is a character who kind of likes to try and zone you out and try to, keep you away with the forward airs and the back airs that, are really good for zoning, really good zoning tools. And then, if you want to approach, you're going to use Nair. The thing about Byleth going against a swordy like Shulk, who has a lot of very, very large hitboxes that come out rather quickly, is that those disjoints that Byleth has aren't going to be quite as effective, and you need to be a little bit more opportunistic when you're looking for, opportunities to zone, or when you decide to go in. And Fuerza, being super patient is definitely not going to be helping Aarow. But like you said, somebody who can definitely make comebacks. Very, very close to actually bringing it back towards the end there. And I'm very excited to see how the rest of the set's going to go. With the counterplay factor in mind and the adaptation, which I'm pretty sure is going to be catching on any minute now.
Definitely agree with you there. Yeah, no, I agree. The consistent, like the way that I describe it normally when talking about like the new story characters compared to Shulk, like the new distance demons. You got your minions, you got your Byleth, you got whatever Sephiroth. Is like a thing that I call consistent range. Shulk has consistent range in the fact that his nair is big and his forward air is big and his up air is big, but they're all like they're bigger than average, but they're not like crazily big like Byleth. However, Byleth only has one really long aerial that's like this long or something like that, compared to like only one aerial that hits in one specific spot, but that's still long. So that consistent range, I think, is better as a result, and that's why Shulk wins. If any of that made sense, be sure to follow me on Twitter at @CastingFuerza. Here we go, Aarow switching actually to the Wolf. I think that's a really good choice, actually.
I was about to say, thank God we spent all this time talking about how Byleth likes to play, because that whole conversation that's on the floor right now. We got the Wolf coming out, and I think Wolf is an insanely good counter pick against Shulk. And
yeah, I honestly really agree with that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say, because you want to talk about consistent range. The way Wolf attacks, he's basically a swordy. He's got a pretty long disjointed forward air, and it combos. And he can move in. He's really aggressive. He has a zoning tool in his neutral B, and
oh my God! Wait, is that it? No,
he saved him.
Oh my God! Oh my! Oh, no, that move doesn't work. But damn, that was almost very sick from FuerzaDON, man. Like he was getting a little bit molly rocked at the beginning. You saw that down air that Aarow did on the platform, but I mean, at the start there, Fuerza started to get his conversion going, and I definitely agree with you. This is a great counter pick for Aarow. His character is very good at like zone breaking Shulk, just kind of catching the startup leg with fairs and the nairs, and just the strong hits that come out from Wolf, and working out so far. But now the next step is to find the kill, which Shulk can still, Wolf can still do very well. You see him going for these back airs, just throwing them out, going for the mix up, the forward airs, the everything. And let's see what he can find, because FuerzaDON, of course, does not want him to have it.
Yeah, and you see Fuerza playing a little bit on the back pedal right now. He's not really trying to push his advantage at all, and it's just giving Aarow, free space to do kind of whatever he wants on the stage. He's holding down center incredibly well, and Fuerza's, having an issue finding a method to, deal some damage. Oh my God! And the call out with the Wolf flash.
Oh.
Dude, that was the sickest call out I think I've seen all night.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like you've only seen like one other game in this, but like, goddamn, that was sick.
Okay. Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah.
Give me some credit.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. You got me there. But god damn, right now, Fuerza has to get this kill soon, because I mean, when you're in disadvantage against Wolf, the thing is, like, most people like to say, oh yeah, it's optimal. You want to hold your lead camp, get the damage. No, Wolf will not do that against Shulk. This character will continue to run in and put on the pressure and put on the punishment that Aarow's so good at applying, and that Shulk, I'm just gonna say it, doesn't really want to deal with. That slow frame data kind of hurts him a little bit, but that strong bait out F tilt from FuerzaDON will do him dividends. It's going to pick up that stock, but he's still down by about 44.9.
Yeah, but you know, if it's Fuerza, I think he can get that back right quick, assuming he doesn't fall
yeah.
into any of the obvious traps that players do usually against Wolf, like this insane combo game that you see unfolding right now. But a good tech roll to avoid the forward tilt there from Fuerza. I really think that Fuerza's been like he definitely caught Aarow's game plan in that first stock after he lost it and was able to take the first stock from Aarow without losing too much percent. But then the second Aarow felt a little bit more confident about moving in with a lower percent, he just started racking up the combo damage, and it adds up really quickly. You can see Fuerza's already at 120 and is probably going to be dead to that up smash. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a great up smash from Aarow. Just saw where Fuerza wanted to go, intercepted his spacing, intercepted his landing, intercepted everything, and took him out for it. Probably also did not have enough time to shield art through that multi-hit Wolf up smash. I mean, it's a multi-hit because of the kicks, but the move is so fast, it might as well not be. Now, forward throw off, FuerzaDON not able to get anything too strong off of it, getting his nair kicked off, but that's no jump, and when that's no jump, FuerzaDON will kill you. Making it even just like that, actually. That was very good. Like you said, FuerzaDON can just kind of even it up really quickly, and did he ever?
He sure did. The opportunism for both these guys is definitely being displayed. If it wasn't displayed from Fuerza last game, it's definitely being displayed this game. And then Aarow, I mean, both of those stocks were electric, man. Like, the call-outs on those. Yeah. And, when you get hit by things like that, you either feel like, okay, he just read me really well, or you feel like, oh my god, he read me, he knows everything I'm going to do. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Fuerza is, going to be a little bit scared about trying to hit Aarow from now on.
Shaky.
But, it definitely seems like he's kind of still controlling the tempo of the match. And the Wolf Flash, not going to kill. Good cancel there. Oh, no, and the air dodge.
That's...
Wow.
That sucks, man.
That was unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen.
That, ladies and... Yeah, that is unfortunate, man. But I mean, we take those, so...